Check out my digital store shopscope.com today and get access to packs made for artists and creators like you. From the best-selling CC and LUT pack to get your colors right on your designs, to the trading card template pack, there will be something great for you. Use the discount code SHOPSCOPE to take 15% off your order. Knxght DZN, one of the internet's most well-known creators that's having an impact on the community. I'm intrigued by his art, especially of recent, and I want to challenge myself to create a sports design in his art style. Today, we embark on a quest to unravel the genius of his work and what makes it stand out. At the heart of Knxght DZN's brilliance lies his ability to fuse abstract shapes or concepts with the raw energy of athletic performance or model's poses. His compositions are not mere arrangements of shapes and colors, it's plotted with a unique vision. He allows his viewers to get an inside look at his work through the Instagram reels that he posts describing the process, or his design breakdowns. Let's take a look at one of my favorites from him, the sports design of Scoot Henderson. He used the Portland Trail Blazers logo as his main composition shape. The other shapes that you see, like these dark trapezoidal shapes that go from corner to corner, are to build around that logo and start giving the background of the design. Smaller details of red triangles and curved rectangles add softness to the piece and flesh it out. I like the colors that he used, and he's a master of contrast. The gray tones in the background, followed by lifted black, leads to a contrasted red that pops out to us as viewers. You can't go wrong with a palette like this, and Knxght is always sure to understand what and why he will do what he does, at least vaguely, before throwing something on the canvas. And that's important. I understand in design that not everything that happens in the process is planned out, but I see too many people go into artwork not having done the preparatory work necessary.
It really is easy to make compositions like this, as they are so simple and clean. Once you build the fundamentals, the hard part is done. You then need to finalize the finishing touches in your set. With this type of clean composition, don't overthink it too much, because then you might end up making it busier than it needs to be. As you can see,
he then mixes it up with smaller information that makes the viewer want to continue looking at the canvas. Just really take a notice of what I would consider the artist's pacing. And you have to keep it interesting. He does that with smaller detail, such as when he lists a team, it's interesting as far as the placement of the characters. Larger shapes or elements that fill the canvas are intentful. Now that we've taken a dive into dissecting qualities that help Knxght DZN stand out in the space of artists and designers, I'll take a look and showcase how I created my own pieces in his style that have helped me understand his artistry further. So going into this piece, I chose to go with a Bronny James design, and something that Knxght really stresses on his designs is making sure that your player retouching is on point. Whatever photos that you're going to be using of people, make sure that you take the time to mask them out, get your camera raw done, and also get your retouching on that subject, because it's going to bring them off the canvas and make it look more three-dimensional, more dynamic. Really want to also accentuate the text on this one, and Knxght does a really good job of using sans serif font versus serif font. So what sans serif and serif font, the difference between them, think about Times New Roman and Arial, right? So Arial doesn't have any of the curves or divots within the text, and it's just clean and simple, whereas a font like Times New Roman, it has those curves and those things that make it look a little bit more fancy, if you can get down with that. A little bit more fancy, a little bit more elegant, and having that balance within the piece makes it look very editorial, like it would be in a magazine or it would be on a poster. So make sure you have a great balance between those if you're going for that Knxght DZN style. And then you guys have seen I kind of brightened up the eyes of Bronny James, and I really noticed that within his work. If he has a subject, he'll really make an emphasis to brighten up the eyes and have those eyes just beaming, glaring at you so that you can really see them. That life tour at the bottom left, I thought that was a pretty cool point about it. And what Knxght also does is he makes a story. So I wanted to make a story with this, and this is kind of like Bronny James, just his life path, his life story to getting to the league. Originally, I was gonna include some more Lakers assets and Lakers photos. You guys will see later on in the piece where I start to do that. The final that I'm going to show you guys, though, did not have the Lakers version. I'll post both versions on my Patreon, so shameless plug to my Patreon. Make sure you guys support me on there, CALSOSCOPED. I'll be dropping these project files along with all the other artworks and projects that I have. They are all on there from all time. With that being said, I wanted to combine the Los Angeles Lakers and USC. I couldn't find the right balance that I wanted to have for the colors, because the purple, yellow, and then you move into that red, it's kind of a hard one to combined, and I was feeling like it was feeling like a little bit like McDonald's, so it just wasn't my vibe. It wasn't fitting my vibe too much. I did go pretty hard to try to figure it out, and I think at the end I figured out a pretty good combination of it, like you guys will see. But the final that I'm really proud of and super proud of is the USC one, where I just went with the USC Trojan colors and the USC Trojan photos of Bronny James, still leaving the Life Tour part of it on it to showcase that climb, that evolution. And even that's like some of those smaller details, like you see the grids and that star shape that's over Bronny's eye on the right side, those really bring the piece together. And he always is using those small intricate assets to really just emphasize and make the piece even better in the end. So this is the final artwork that I came up with for Bronny James. If you guys like it, let me know down below. And did I follow the Knxght design art style to a T? Did I stray away from it a little bit, added my own little flair? What do you guys think? Let me know down below and rate it out of 10. I'd like to know your guys' thoughts. What other creators would you like to see me do a deep dive into their style and even just how they got to the point they're at in their life? I think that so many people are very creative and interesting, and I just want to bring that type of content to this platform. So let me know down below, and make sure you guys log on to shopscope.com. Get my design packs on my store that are going to help you improve as a designer and artist. And until next video, I'll catch you guys. Peace.